Hello everyone! I've been getting a lot of requests to show a game by Shak and I never seem to get around to it, but here it is. This is Shakhriyar Mamedyarov versus Artyom Timofeyev. It was played in 2004, it was the third Aeroflot Open Festival, and it was played in Moscow, Russia. And I checked a couple of games, and this one seemed like the most appropriate one. The official name of the game on chess games is the Lone Shak, like the Lone Shark, but as is Shakhriyar, it's the Lone Shak. Although I don't really enjoy this name, so if any of you have a suggestion for this name, I will change the title of the video if you have a nice suggestion for me. So let's see this game. Shak is white and Timofeyev is black. We have d4, d5, c4, e6, knight to c3, c6, the queen gambit declined. We have e3, knight to f6, knight to f3, knight b to d7, queen to c2. So the main line of the Semi-Slav, b6. We have bishop to d3, bishop to b7, so both sides just developing. We have castles and bishop to e7. And here we have e4. White can push e4, so he does. We have d captures on e4, knight captures on e4, knight captures on e4, bishop captures on d4, and knight to f6. And the black is very much okay with this, as he did manage to develop all of his pieces. He's ready to go rook c8, c5, and well, he's pretty much fully developed, and also castle. And in this position, Mamedyarov played knight to e5. He's attacking this c6 pawn twice. And well, black has a number of options here. For example, I myself would capture this bishop here on e4 without even thinking about it. You know, if I can grab a white flight square bishop, I'm gonna grab it. Timofeyev played rook to c8 here, but it's interesting to check what happens if queen captures on d4. If queen captures on d4. This simplifies the position a bit too much in white's favor. After bishop captures on c6 check, bishop captures on c6, knight captures on c6 now with an attack on the queen and the bishop on e7. And for example, queen to d6, knight captures on e7, queen captures on e7, and well, after b3, white will enjoy this position much more than black after this bishop assumes this beautiful diagonal. So after this knight to e5 move, Timofeyev did not capture this bishop, although it's a perfectly fine move. He played rook to c8, defending his c6 pawn. We have rook to d1, and now he captures knight to e4, and queen captures on e4. Timofeyev castles, and bishop to f4 is played. And black definitely wants to push c5 at some moment. Which is impossible for the time being, as well the bishop would be hanging from the queen on e4. So bishop to a8 is first played. Now c5 is an idea. We have rook to d3. This prepares plenty of options for white. He can double up on the d file. He can go rook g3, rook h3. It all depends what will be needed. So we have c5 attacking the queen now from the bishop on a8. We have queen to e3. And queen to e8. He's moving the queen away from this rook x-raying her, also preparing ideas like queen to c6 if the knight ever moves, maybe queen to a4 or well, it all depends on what white will play. But white plays d5. We have e captures on d5, c captures on d5, and now c4. And okay, this comes with a tempo on the rook, and this becomes a very powerful pawn. After black gets in moves, for example, like b5, b4, and c3, this could be really dangerous for white. So he plays rook d to d1, and we have bishop to d6, now attacking this knight. Queen to g3 is played, and we have queen to b5. And in this position, well, probably best for Timofeyev would have been to capture this knight here on e5. But he decided to go for queen to b5, attacking this b2 pawn. But this allows Mamedyarov a very nice tactic. He plays knight to c6, and well, this opens up a discovery to this bishop on d6. And well, you can't really capture this knight because bishop captures on d6 now wins the exchange, because now the light square bishop is attacked. So after this knight to c6 move, he had to play bishop captures on f4, But first now there's an intermezzo, knight to e7 check. We have king to h8 and only now recapturing. So queen captures on f4, and we have rook c to d8. Now getting the rook out of harm's way. It was attacked by the knight and also, well, attacking this d5 pawn. We have rook to d2 and protecting this b2 pawn and also maybe preparing to double up on the d file. We have queen to c5 and now d6 and rook to d7. Black is preparing to double his rooks as well on the d file to add more pressure to this d6 pawn. We have rook to c1. We have b5. Black would really enjoy playing b4 and c3, although this is impossible for the time being. We have rook to c3. Like I said, b4 is impossible as c4 would be captured immediately. And here Timofeyev plays rook f to d8, and now he has a triple attack on this pawn on d6. And well, Mamedyarov doesn't really care to defend this pawn, as he finds a very interesting idea. He plays rook to e3, and already you can see that this king on h8 is feeling very lonely there, as he does have some weaknesses on the back rank. So this is the question: can Black capture this pawn on d6? Well, the truth is f6 here would be the best move, as it would create some some space for the black king, so he can use it. But Timofeyev didn't really see Shak's idea, so he played rook captures on d6. And here comes Mamedyarov's idea. He plays knight to g6 with check. And this is, well, it's a very nice move, as it's a triple knight sacrifice. Black has three options how to capture the knight. He can play rook captures knight, f captures knight, or h captures knight. So let's see if rook captures knight. If rook captures knight, you get a rook captures on d8 with check, and, well, only move queen f8, and rook captures on f8. This is checkmate. But after knight to g6 check, you can also play f captures on g6, and this would have probably been the best idea. But after h captures on g6, you get queen captures on d6, and, well, white is winning here. Queen captures on d6 and rook captures on d6, and the black cannot recapture this rook, as he gets, well, rook to e8 checkmate. So he would simply be down the exchange and, well, losing the game. So only other option left after knight to g6 is obviously h captures on g6, and this is what Timofeyev played. He played h captures on g6, and I invite you in this position, do try and find Mamedyarov's idea here. It's quite an interesting one. I'll give it a couple of seconds if you want to try it for yourselves. Okay. For those of you who saw the idea, congratulations, and for the rest of you who just want to enjoy the game, Mamedyarov played queen to h4 check. And, well, black can either cover up with a queen to h5, or he can play king to g8. Unfortunately, king to g8 doesn't work. After king to g8, you get queen captures on d8 with check. Rook captures queen, and rook captures on d8, now again with check, and after king to h7, rook to h3 is completely winning. Only move queen to h5, rook captures, g captures, and rook captures on a8, and, well, white has a rook and black doesn't. This is self-explanatory. So after queen to h4 check, Timofeyev tried queen to h5. And, well, this allows Mamedyarov to finish the game with great style. He plays queen captures on d8 with check. And the idea is rook captures on d8, rook captures on d8 with check, king to h7, and now, I'm sure everyone can see it, it's rook e to e8. And, well, whatever black plays loses the game. White is threatening rook to h8 checkmate. And only way to stop this is, for example, g5. So black king can go to g6, or king to h6, so he can go to g5. But whatever he plays, simply rook to h8 check, and after king to g6, grabbing the queen. And, well, this is completely winning. If black grabs the rook, rook grabs on a8, again completely winning. And, well, black doesn't really have a better move. If he moves the bishop, white will move the rook, and again, completely winning position. So yeah, very nice game by Shakhriyar Mamedyarov. It was in this position actually that Artyom Timofeyev resigned the game. I do hope you enjoyed it, and like I said, if you have a suggestion, this is the final position. If you have a nice suggestion for a name for this game, do suggest it, and I will change the title of the video. So yeah, I do hope you enjoyed it. As usual, you can check two of my previous videos here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you soon.